welcome and welcome back everybody. I'm Jem, this is my creative space and you have joined me for another chapter in the Creep on June 2026 story. Now this annual challenge is run by Tracie at Tracie Fox Creative, and this year the kit that Tracie has produced for the challenge is based on the Grimm fairy tales. So they're a little bit spooky, a little bit cute, and you're never quite sure what's coming next. So I thought what better way to use the kit this year than to use it to illustrate a fairy story that I've made up. So this is episode 4, chapter 4 of our story. So if you haven't watched the previous ones, you might well want to go and do so. But let's see where we were at last chapter. There's our bookmark. That's right. So Dudley, our little deceiving dormouse, had offered the twins hospitality for the night, but when they woke up in the morning they found that not only had he taken all their food, he had eaten their breadcrumb trail as well. So they had no idea where they were, and they were basically left wandering in the forest, completely lost. Now the twins had been walking all morning through the dark forest, and they were thirsty and hungry. They were right fed up, and they were starting to bicker with each other. When suddenly, up ahead, Frida spotted what looked like a door with trees each side of it. Now beyond the door it seemed to be glowing with a brighter, softer light. They'd been in this dark, gloomy forest for what felt like an age, and they were drawn towards this beautiful light coming from the door. They quickly forgot their quarrels and they ran towards the door. And as they emerged, the first thing they noticed was an avenue of trees with a distinct path going down the middle. Now, feeling a little bit more hopeful, they started walking down this path, enjoying the warm light and a little bit of sunshine. Suddenly, Freddie spotted something up ahead. It looked like a curious blue light. Cautiously, the twins approached, and they saw a dishevelled old owl. Now the poor old owl looked really tatty. His clothes were all held together with rough stitches, and he really looked pretty down and out. So being somewhat cautious, given their previous experience with Dudley the Dormouse, they approached the owl quite carefully, and they realised that the blue light they had seen was coming from this beautiful blue pool that the owl was sitting by. Now the owl didn't really seem to hear them approaching at all. But when they were close enough to be heard, Freddie very politely cleared his throat and asked the owl if he could point them in the right direction back to the castle. Now, the owl looked up at them with big amber eyes. And he pointed to a path that led down the right-hand side of the pool that he was sitting by, and indicated that this was the way they should go. As the twins turned to leave, the owl spoke in a strange, hooty voice and said, "Beware of the path of the standing stones." Well, the twins didn't quite know what to make of this, and so they decided to ignore him and head off quite quickly. But the owl called them back, and as Freddie approached, he handed him a strange looking charm. Well, again, the twins didn't really know what to make of this. But they took the charm that was Freddie took the charm that was offered, and they headed off quickly down the path the way the owl had indicated. Now, just before they lost sight of the blue pool, Freddie glanced back, and there saw the owl had completely transformed. He was no longer in his tatty rags, but was in a beautiful, gorgeous black cloak and hat, looking very majestic indeed, and watching them with the amber eyes that were almost luminous. Now, Freddie had had quite enough of strange goings on, and he turned tail and ran down the path as fast as he could to catch up with his sister. And there we will leave our story for today. We will have to see who the twins meet next as they continue on their journey, and whether indeed the owl has put them on the right path. Tune in next time for more. For now, ka kite anō.